It's Nolan. A nigga numb to it. Yeah. Growing up, didn't even know we had to struggle. I was young to it. Yeah. You could put a roadblock up in my way and I'ma run through it. Yeah. No expectation when it come to disappointment, dog. I'm numb to it. A nigga numb to it. Yeah. Niggas gassing in the city, about the next to blow. I've been plotting on a play with all the X and O's. I've been tearing up the stage like your lady clothes. Hottest records, but get no love on the radio. Fuck it, I'm finna blaze them, no. Last few years, nigga racking up them placements. Shout to young happy, I'm glad to be the replacement. Little nigga swaggin', always see me with the baddest. I be juking on them niggas, you would think I'm playing Madden. Got my neck ice, cross country, don't check flights, but my ex tight. I've been reaching some fresh heights, know my check nice. Jewels clearer than egg whites. I put the bet on myself cause I'm playing with loaded dice. I don't trust no nigga if he say he rapping. Handshakes never firm, I can tell they capping. I be ballin' on the boat like I'm Dame Dash. And I try to put you on the game, but you staying stagnant. I'm to it. Yeah, growing up and even know we had to struggle, I was young to it. Yeah, you could put a roadblock up in my way and I'ma run through it. Yeah, no expectation when it come to disappointment, dog, I'm numb to it. That nigga numb to it. Yeah.
What's going on, beautiful people? It's the kid J Nolan here. Welcome back to another episode of Inside the Industry, your number one source for music, entertainment, commentary, and breakdowns. Now, I'm going to go ahead and just address the elephant in the room. I know I haven't been uploading a whole gang of content. The stuff that's been coming on my channel for the past few days was pre-recorded and was just rolling out, periodically. The reason for that happening is because you just heard the sniffle. Your boy been feeling a little bit, not up to par. Let's just say that much, okay? So I had to take some time to rest. I'm still not all the way at 100%. So while I'm here, I do want to address some of the things that took place coming into the weekend, over the weekend, and you'll see some stuff rolling out over the next couple days. Because again, I'm not fully 100%. I'm just creating content when I have the windows and the energy to do so. But by this week, I should be right back on normally scheduled programming. All right. So just wanted to put that out there for y'all. Now, in the midst of all of this taking place in my situation, public enemy number one, Mr. Drake, the one everyone loves to hate, let's go ahead and say that, decided he wanted to come online, and this nigga been dropping even more fucking music. But when I tell you I was angry as fuck that I was not feeling up to par to actually come on here and listen to that shit when it dropped, give my live reaction, because I was damn near, I couldn't even hardly hold my head up. But so I was easy in on that shit. But nonetheless, here we are. And the good thing about it is I was able to kind of sit back, relax, enjoy the ride. And based on the time that I was able to take for myself, more information has come out about what Drake is doing, what his plans are, and what to expect from him in the next couple days. Because every day, for whatever reason, it feels like he wants to do daily check-ins on where he stands as an artist, where he stands musically, definitely trying to over-deliver in a market that's not necessarily asking for him at this current time. I got to be all the way honest, right? I've been saying it all year, ever since the battle. It's not Drake's season. You know what I'm saying? I've evaluated everything that he's done case by case, but I've been very adamant at the fact that it's just not Drake's season. The people ain't feeling him. The music that he's dropping hasn't been spectacular. It hasn't been excellent. It hasn't even been up to the standard of, the stuff that people love from him. And unfortunately, the records that he decided to come out and bless his fans with, unfortunately, it's much of the same, right? Now, on one particular record called No Face, this one is getting a lot of pub and coverage throughout the internet because people are speculating that this is Drake's like soft launch into trying to bait Kendrick Lamar into round 2 of the battle. Now, I don't know what world we was living in, but I could have swore we already had like 2.5, 3 rounds. You know what I'm saying? But maybe this maybe this is hockey scoring. You can play all the game you want, but if you don't hit the net, it don't count as a point. Yeah, I mean, maybe it's that. Nonetheless, we're gonna play it. Let me see if it's kosher, because these fuck niggas. The problem with these niggas out here on the internet, and I'm gonna go ahead and blast you fuck niggas out. Why on earth would y'all take advantage of an artist coming out, any artist, not just Drake, any artist or any leak that comes out from an artist that you claim to love, like, support, whatever it is? You see their content hit the net, and rather than just enjoy it, reshare it like the rest of everybody else, you fuck niggas out here go and upload this shit to your dusty ass Spotify page. Create some bogus ass name and try to create some shady, shifty, fake fuckery form of copyright to where if anybody uses the song now in content, it gotta be cleared through you, right? It gotta be you're holding up niggas playing this shit. I don't know if this has been claimed yet, but I'm just going ahead and bust you niggas over the head, because y'all be doing it with a lot of stuff, knowing you don't have no legal copyright ownership over the shit. I pray to God that these artists crack you bitches for everything you're worth. I have zero filter on me right now because I'm not feeling great. Fuck you niggas. Okay? And I say that with love. All right? So let me just do my checks and balances real quick and we'll come back. All right, so we ran our checks and we're good, at least for now. The sentiment is still the same. I take none of my words back because y'all niggas be playing them internet games. And y'all need a real one to give y'all talk every good, you know what I'm saying, every now and then. Because clearly, nobody that loves you ever has. Okay? Let's get to this motherfucking music, though, and see what we got here. This is the No Face record that everybody's up in arms about, claiming that this is hinting at Kendrick. Let's hear what the shots are. Okay. I think that's supposed to be Playboi Carti doing the extra ad lib. I don't know what the fuck the significance of him being on there is. Let's try to go through the shots, because I didn't if you shoot shots, my boy, your clip is what are you coming out with? You coming out after a beef and shooting pellets? Now, he comes in and says, niggas got lit off the features I skated on. To me, that don't sound like Kendrick. To me, that sounds like a blatant statement. He falls in the category because, of course, Kendrick was on Take Care. Drake was on Good Kid, Mad City. So that's the size of, like, what they worked on. But everybody else that came out during the beef, he had much closer relationships with. He had much closer working relationships with, from Metro, Future, ASAP, Weeknd, Rick Ross, all these guys he worked with pretty closely over the years, and they seem to have buddy-buddy relationships at one point or another, right? So I think this is more so geared at those guys, right? Niggas got lit off the features I skated on. I gotta know how you get lit off the nigga you hated on. Numbers untouchable. They got the data wrong. So he's still trying to throw numbers in people's face. This the moment I know they've been praying on. What moment? That you would be down, that you would be vulnerable, and you're trying your best not to show it? Maybe so. Try to knock the boy off, but fuck it, I'm staying on. Keep sending me slaps to go crazy on. So he's clearly addressing, like, you want me to fall off, but I'm staying on. I'm going to keep knocking joints out. But half the problem on this record is the music ain't even, like, fully there. And this is what I haven't liked about none of the records that Drake has been leaking. None of them are in their final form. They're not mixed all the way. They're not mastered all the way. The beats ain't banging the way that they should. You know what I'm saying? The full vocal fullness of his voice is not there. So it doesn't even sound forceful. It doesn't even sound menacing in the way that you're trying to manipulate your voice. So that already makes you, you know what I'm saying? Like, from my, it's gonna age me, but shit, y'all know I make old school references all day. Y'all know that shit when you watch Nightmare on Elm Street and shit, and Freddy come in your fucking dreams, and it ain't shit you could do. You be trying to fight with the nigga. You know what I'm saying? You be trying to goddamn run. You be trying, you know what I'm saying? All the type of shit, and the nigga it just ain't working. Right? Till you finally figure out you can't fear the nigga. That's Drake at this point. Like, as far as the music he's putting out. He keeps trying to fight back, but it's like when we talk about the fighting a stranger in your nightmares, and it's like your punches always be weak as fuck. That's what's going on here. Cause I think he's trying to say some shit, but the music is not even fully tailored to the listener's ear. And this would be passable if Drake were a smaller independent artist putting this type of stuff out. People could accept it for what it is. But when you're a top dog and you're putting this stuff out yourself, why are you not going through the stages of getting it right before people hear it? You have all the luxury of time because niggas really don't give a fuck if you come outside or not. Right? It seems most people don't want you around right now. Musically. So, you know, it's so many people we turning the tables on. Capo got plans. We'll save them for later on. What's the plan? Who, Capo, is that Chubbs? Yeah, I believe Chubbs is Capo. So we'll see about that. He got plans, but we'll save him for later on. See if Chubbs really crashed something. I guess that's, you know, a direct response. Hush will keep saying they know that they played it wrong. Hush is another one of OVO. He's one of Drake's ghostwriters. We'll just go ahead and put it out there. Hush was actually a credited writer all over Take Care, and I always forget, Nothing Was the Same. He was credited all over those two albums. Ever since then, he's disappeared from the credits, but he's still in the camp. Come on, dog. That nigga still pushing pen for something. Katie just texted, what the fuck are we waiting on? Kevin Durant. We've seen that Drake and Kevin Durant have remained fly throughout this year. Even in the midst of everything, he's been using Kevin Durant as some sort of bait. I think they've been doing some music together. Kevin, save that shit. Your raps were cool when you wanted to rap. You know, when you first came into the league and shit, it was like, it was a novelty. Don't nobody want to hear your ass rap, boy. If it ain't Dame Lillard, and our appetite for him is a little bit slim, and he nice. Get your ass, like, boy. Whatever. He comes in second verse. I don't get sleepy off no melatonin. I don't even give a fuck about none of this shit. But basically, he's talking about going to therapy. And all he's talking about in his therapy sessions is beefing in business, money, and women. It's no diagnosis, meaning there's nothing really wrong with him except the fact that he's obsessed with these things in his life. He says, they emptied the clip, swapped that shit out, and I came back reloaded. So he's saying, and again, I don't think that this is aimed at Kendrick, because we know he didn't empty the clip. But as far as Metro Boomin, Future, and the whole We Don't Trust You, We Still Don't Trust You album saga, they came and went. They emptied the clip. He fired off on them niggas on push-ups. Excuse me. He came back, fired off on them niggas on Family Matters. And the only nigga that's really said anything since then is ASAP. Right? So he's saying, and I came back reloaded. So he wants more smoke with those guys. I don't think he wants more smoke with Kendrick. I think a lot of people are using Kendrick's name to fuel up and amplify the situation because everybody wants to see Kendrick let out them other 5 that he had in the tuck. But honestly, I don't see him wanting that because he didn't want it when it happened. He didn't want it when he put out the Heart Part 6, right? He said, yeah, you doubling down, tripling down on this bullshit. I could have danced to Not Like Us, the West Coast vibe, but you just playing into this narrative that he didn't want to partake in no more. So I don't think he's going to, like, what's he going to do? Unless he can come out with certified evidence that Kendrick Lamar is somehow a domestic abuser in his household, there is nothing Drake can literally say on the mic that will redeem him in any format. So I don't see where he's going to go at Kendrick, or he wants to smoke with Kendrick. I think he wants to smoke with the rest of them niggas because they're on equal playing fields where they can talk their shit, pop their shit, and he knows he's always going to be the victor because I helped you niggas. I looked out for you niggas. Some of you niggas got put on when you was nobodies and I thought you was cool, so I looked out for you. Some of you niggas was out here for years, you know, kind of just at a standstill, stagnation. Rick Ross I'm talking about. Rick Ross was at a certain height and his career kind of leveled out. And then Drake came in and they started collabing that brought new energy into Ross's career, which extended his career in a lot of different ways. I'm not saying Drake was directly responsible for everything, but he heavily contributed to it, right? I think he still has a bone to pick with those guys. So, y'all know I'm not for the sensationalist shit. I'm going to give you the level-headed, real-life shit, and a lot of other motherfuckers gonna do the other shit for clicks, views, likes, and like give you this really tainted narrative. And no matter how they taint the narrative, it's passable because people want to hate Drake. You know what I'm saying? I don't like this record. I could have liked the record if it was fully fleshed. But I feel like he's beating a dead horse with the rest of those guys. You know what I'm saying? He already beat those niggas. The one nigga you couldn't beat is still out here. And he don't want that smoke. I don't give a fuck what nobody talking about. I'm wondering if this is the record that was played in Houston. Okay? So there's another record called Circadian Rhythm, aka The Language 2. Now, if y'all remember The Language from Nothing Was the Same, that record had a few shots at Kendrick Lamar back then, right? Who is this kid that you heard about? I am no one of the motor mouth or whatever the shit, you know what I'm saying? Your shit is not that, whatever the fuck he said. Basically was saying, you ain't the best, whatever niggas is saying you are, you ain't really all that to me. That's what he was saying in summation, right? So let's see what part 2 is talking about, which I would assume ain't about much, but let's go for it. Oh boy. So that one still kind of reminds me of the previous. I think it's a little bit better in terms of songwriting structure, melody, for people that like Drake with the melodies and stuff. But it's falling flat. Same issue I had with the first one, where it's not fully fleshed, not fully mixed and mastered. It's not booming in my headphones the way I would like for it to. What he's saying on the song, I mean, it sounds like a pretty standard record. I don't feel like this is inviting any smoke. And just as a standalone song, I don't feel like it does anything for nobody. I don't feel like it adds anything to his catalog that he hasn't already done. It doesn't add anything that he hasn't already said. It's just a repurposing of shit that he's already known for doing. And this is probably what everyone's biggest gripe is with Drake to begin with. It's just not interesting. It's just not adding anything to the legacy. At this point, you're just throwing shit out there, literally seeing what sticks. And the updates that have come on the heels of these leaks has now revealed Drake is literally about to do another 100 gigs drop. 100 gigs 2.0 Iceman. So he's coming with more music, more behind the scenes content, all of this different shit. Now I'm gonna be honest. I think the behind the scenes content is kind of cool. The documentation that they've been doing over the course of his career, going back 10 years or so to a time when people were definitely more favorable on Drake and seeing the creation of some of the records that were created, seeing the creation of some of the records that never came out, all of these different things. I think that stuff does have some type of value to it. However, I don't like the way that he's distributing it. I don't like that you're just putting a website with a bunch of fucking folders and then you got to go sift through it and go see, oh, this is the session for this. Why not? Or maybe the question isn't why not do a documentary with a platform. Maybe the question is, have the networks or have the streamers or have the studios pulled out, backed out. Perhaps there was somebody, a company or multiple companies interested in doing an official documentary project with Drake. Something that perhaps was in the works for some time now, because I think Drake has already had one or two documentary type projects anyway. But perhaps with the PDF allegations and stuff like that, maybe the investors, maybe the networks, maybe the studios have said, you know, we fuck with you, bro, but we're going to just take some time. You know, it's still a fresh thing. It's still a fresh conversation. People are kind of cold on you right now. Let's double back around springtime next year. Let's double back summer. Maybe October 2025, around your birthday 2025. We can do this thing, you know what I'm saying? And we don't got to come out and announce it. We could be behind the scenes and get this together. And maybe Drake is saying, nah, fuck niggas. We already had this in motion. Why y'all stutter stepping with me, baby? It's me. Why you being weird to me? And they're like, hey, it's all love. We respect your business. We respect your team. We respect everything about you. But it's just not the right time. Hey, man, them motherfuckers can be cold when they need to be cold. To anybody. It don't matter who it is. You could be the best thing since sliced bread, baby. We got French bread over here. We got ciabatta, okay? You ain't the only bread on the aisle right now. Your bread is molded. And it's not the kind of molded bread we feel can be sold at a luxury price today. So Drake says, you know what? Fuck you niggas. I'm going to drop the documentary on my terms. 100 gigs on your head tops, niggas. Have fun. New music, old sessions, bitch. It's for free, baby. It's me, baby. I'm feeding the block. The problem is you're feeding a block that ain't necessarily hungry. When niggas was hungry, you decided to take your ball and go in the house. That's what you did. You didn't like the way that the things were shaping. And I understand why you didn't like how things were shaping. I don't give a fuck who you are. If a nigga comes out two straight songs in the course of 24 hours to let you know, nigga, you a PDF, you hiding a child, another one, you deserve to rot behind bars with Jeffrey Epstein or Harvey Weinstein. Excuse me. You the one that said Jeffrey Epstein. If a nigga done came and hit your ass with them two haymakers in the course of 24 hours, they're going to make you hesitate. They're going to make you, ooh. Do I want to finish this play? I get it. I understand. But nonetheless, that's the way things played out. So you got to lay in the bed that you've made for yourself. That's literally what we say. You made your bed, now lay in it. So when it comes to all that shit, you're cold, bro. Go into hibernation. That's what cold bears do. I think that's what owls do too at some point. You know what I'm saying? So do that. Now, when niggas want to talk about the specifics of his deal and what everything he can and can't do, and clearly he's showing y'all he could drop some shit because he finna drop another 100 gigs on your head top, probably for a couple days, and then it's gonna go back on streaming with the new records. Clearly this was planned, right? So the narrative out there that he's being somehow goaded and controlled and molded into this, oh, Drake had so much freedom prior to May 2024 and now he's on a short leash. That's bullshit. I don't give a fuck who say it. A lie don't care who tell it. Niggas could be mad at me for saying that. I don't believe that. I think Drake still has the same amount of power he had in the Universal building as when the battle took off. He is their golden goose. If he were not their golden goose, none of this 100 gig shit will be coming out, period. They will put a cease and desist on that nigga, and he wouldn't even have none of these niggas don't speak my language out here. Nigga would have got his ass shut the fuck down the first time. Right? And to me, that is the ideal of two things can be true. It's not Drake's season, right? The people don't want the shit he's trying to shovel them, right? The shit he's giving out is mid, right? It's every flavor of ice cream niggas have already had 1,000,000 times before. This truck coming up the block is not enticing me at all. But then on the other hand, he can still be a very powerful voice under the Universal Music flag because his name is Drake, right? He's still one of the top streaming artists, period. Even after he fell off being the top streamed artist on Spotify, he returned to that spot. So he has a very strong, loyal fan base of niggas. Despite whatever he does, good, bad, mid music, they're showing up in droves. They're going to drive sales. Eventually, he's going to put another album out. He's going to put another tour on the books, and it's going to go up. His fans are his fans regardless. Maybe there's a few out there, converted Drake fans that don't fuck with him no more. I don't doubt that there are. But I don't think there's as many as people would like to believe. It's just me. Okay? Another record he leaked was the Super Soak record not featuring Lil Yachty. We're not going to play that. We already heard what you came with the first time. We already heard what happened, how this record came to be, how it played out with Mr. Hotspot sample. We already heard from Yachty how he felt about Mr. Hotspot not clearing it. We heard that Mr. Hotspot wanted y'all to clean the record up, as a matter of fact, and blank out the curses so he could sign off on it. What I find interesting is when I heard the record, I didn't hear no bleeps. I didn't hear no clean version. I didn't hear no real changes other than a new verse from Drake. So you're still disrespecting Mr. Hotspot, even though the entire record is completely composed of his pre-existing work. The beat is about a 99.9% replica of what the beat already was. Y'all just added a couple extra 808s and what have you. Sped up the tempo a little bit. And the vocal sample is the same vocal sample from his song. Don't disrespect that nigga's shit and his wishes. If you don't want to adhere to what his request is, scrap the record. That's fuck nigga shit. Just the same fuck nigga shit that people been calling you out about, right? When Halle Berry said, please don't use me as the cover for Slime Me Out. I don't like that. I don't like the connotation that comes behind it. I don't even know what slime you out means. She asked you on a personal level, y'all had some level of friendship. She liked you. She don't fuck with you no more. It's weird stuff, bruh. There's rumblings that this Super Soak record ain't the only record that you've taken from other peers in the industry, took and said, I'm using it as mine, and then turned around and took them niggas off who was originally on the song and used it as yours. Right? That's another thing that's around about your business practices among other artists. There's also rumblings out there that when you find new artists these days, you release the music, and I was talking about this with that fucking, I don't forgot homeboy name because I don't listen to him. The nigga with the chipmunk voice and shit. That signed with both you and Kanye or some shit like that. The Four Bats nigga, right? He goes viral, you do a remix with him. All of a sudden his shit was supposed to drop on your label. But he had a situation where y'all basically could have first right of refusal to say, if we don't like the results on how this works, we could send his ass back home. Word is that you've been pulling this stunt on niggas for a very long time, saying anything you do with Drake has to come out via OVO. It can't come out via the company that the artist was originally with or the company that the artist was originally building, you know, because they clearly can't afford your feature rate. But Yachty was just out here saying, well, if Drake want to do the record, he's not going to charge you nothing. Yeah, he ain't going to charge you a motherfucking thing because he's going to take 100% of the profits. That's the part niggas wasn't hearing. That's the part you didn't want to explain. Why would I charge you up front when I would get everything on the back end? Pause. Stupid. But whatever, man. Clean your shit up. Right? Clean your shit up. It shouldn't take a nigga who ain't even feeling his best to goddamn tell you that. Okay? So, I think that's pretty much where I stand on this Drake thing. I don't care about 100 Gigs Part 2. I don't want it. If there's new records on there, I'll check them out and see what we got. But I really don't care about none of those studio sessions and all that stuff. Again, it would have been nice to see it in an official capacity of a documentary that's actually succinctly put together with a storyline. But just random studio sessions, I don't know. That's not appealing to me. Okay? Let me know what y'all think of all this down below in the comments. Be sure to like and share this video. If this is your first time seeing me on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Become an insider. Hey, I'm pushing myself, y'all. I didn't feel like doing this shit, but I'm here. I'm showing up. I'm going to get a couple more out. Hope y'all appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? I'm showing up to talk to the people. Much love, y'all. Peace.
King of my city and cul-de-sac. Coming out swinging like soldier rag. Leading my people like quarterback. But I study this shit, I'm an almanac. Had to get up and grind. Knowledge is booming, I'm here to apply. Came with the chip and the dip, it just single the mind. We finna do more than survive. I need my check. Spinning the block for the Gouda. We hitting the jeweler to flood out the net. We don't do beef for computers, I'm straight out the sewer. We come when you rest. Niggas be looking perplexed, so keeping my foot on their neck. No map, I trust my gut for the quest. But drama, I'm fully abreast. I was ready for years and they doubted me. All of a sudden they tell me they proud of me. I been dropping these haters like calories. Cross them out, I came back with some boundaries. Stand for my honor, but you run no corner. Packing the stick with a drummer. When I catch my bad, won't fumble. I done came too far to be humble.